Yerp, this is Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Sisu, how you pronounce it, whatever. Um, the first time I saw this trailer, this popped up before I watched John Wick 4, and it has some of the same people that worked on that movie or on those movies, making this movie. And it's kind of a shame because this movie didn't really get any promotion. There wasn't that many people in my theater. Um, I think this is going to be something that catches on later when it hits like digital. But I will say this is worth checking out in the theater if you're looking for something different, something that's not comic book related. You're just looking for a good old fashioned, straightforward type of story with a lot of action and blood in it. This is the movie for you. Pretty much it follows this guy that is kind of done with the war, and he's just kind of searching, and he's pretty much a gold miner at this point, and he comes across some gold, and then he comes across some Nazis, and then one thing leads to another. It's really interesting how this story does come about, and how he could have just avoided the Nazis completely, but it gets to a point where they pretty much antagonize him, and now they have to kind of retaliate. And they could have made the Nazi characters a little bit more interesting, even though I get their motive. But after you kind of get their motive, they just become generic villains at the end of it. They don't really make the story more interesting. You're just kind of waiting for them to die in creative ways, which there are a lot of creative kills where you see some kills underwater, and just how this guy is able to maneuver and what he's willing to do to survive. And it's really interesting in that aspect. There's just some things that kind of fall short, like I said, just the antagonist. But I guess this is what you're pretty much gonna get with this type of premise, and it's very much like John Wick. He has a dog, which the dog doesn't really do much of shit, to be honest. He's just there to just be there. But there's a lot of interesting ways that they set this whole entire story up, from like having chapters. They have about 7 chapters. That's how the movie's broken down, and I really like how straightforward the chapters are. Like, the first chapter is called The Gold. Second chapter is called The Nazis. Third chapter, I think, I'm drawing a blank on it. I think it was called the Mines, the Landmines. And chapter 4 was the Legend. And chapter 5 and 6, I'm not going to spoil those. Those are pretty self-explanatory as well. Like, it has a really good flow to it, a good runtime. It doesn't, drag at any points. It's just straight action all the way through. It keeps you at the, you know, edge of your seat. And I saw this in Dolby, and I gotta say, man, Dolby's picture is just amazing. The sound and everything, it really pops at you. It's the clearest visual as far as movie quality goes. I like IMAX. It's just a tall screen though, but Dolby Cinema is definitely the best way to watch this. They don't got this playing in IMAX, so it's interesting that they didn't do that as well. But it's a beautiful kind of movie to look at as well. It's really well shot. Like, the sound is crisp. A lot of dope gore, creative kills all the way through. I just wish that they could have just fleshed out the villains a little bit more, but that's what you get with a short run time. You don't want to kind of mess around with that. It works. I would recommend checking this out if it's playing in a theater near you. But if you just want to wait until it hits streaming, you could do that as well. Either or. But if you're going to go see this, definitely go see this in Dolby Cinema if you can. If you have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts on it. Where does it rank amongst everything that you saw so far this year? Is it really high? Would you say this is your favorite movie? Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.